What's up, Reapers? Welcome back to the crypt. This is CD collection part 13, I think. Uh, going from the rest of my F's all the way to H. First up, we got Fuel with something like Human. Fun fact, I actually live in the same neighborhood as one of Fuel's many different drummers. So that's cool. I was supposed to, in high school, I had a teacher who said she could maybe arrange to get this signed, and I never actually did. But if I meet him, um, I might end up getting it signed just for the simple fact that, one of the members of Fuel signed it, which is really weird. Next up, some good old death metal, Funeral Vomit with just their self-titled, really good death metal. I think Classy Metal Lonnie posted this, and that's how I found it. You'll notice a lot of the stuff I found was either through him or other YouTubers, but I mean, I was born in 2003, so, and I didn't get into this stuff until COVID when these people were in their prime. This one was a blind buy. I had heard of the band, but I never really listened to their stuff. This is Full of Hell with Garden of Burning Apparitions. I definitely need to get more Full of Hell because this is some good old power violence from Relapse. Next up is Geistlicht with Fading Light. I think I got this through the Metalhead box. I didn't spend a lot of time with it. So I can't tell you much. I'm pretty sure this is just black metal, just judging from the art, font, whatnot. The art and font. Next up, some Death Thrash. I just saw these guys. You guys should know this is one of my favorite bands fucking ever. And I need to get more of them. This is their first album. This is Ghoul with We Are the Dead. Or We Came for the Dead. Excuse me. I fucking love this. Mosh that numbskull that doesn't mosh. I love that. But every fucking song on here is great, and my shirt actually has that. I want to get the poster that Killbot has, where it has this art, and it's red. That'd be really cool. Next up, this was my favorite one for a minute, but I think you'll see my favorite. Splatter Thrash. As your casket closes, Bury the Hatchet, Cult of the Hunter, Mutant Mutilator, Rise Killbot Rise, Splatter Thrash, obviously, title track. I love Ghoul so fucking much. And my favorite is Dungeon Bastards, which they did actually play this, and I think they also played Bringer of War. And my fucking god, the fucking snare sound on this alone is amazing. And I remember asking Killbot if Splatter Thrash was still his favorite, and he was like, it's probably Dungeon Bastards now, but I mean, just every fucking song on this, dude, just listen to this. If you don't like Death Thrash because it's still political, this is more horror themed stuff, and And also, I'd like to point out that this doesn't have the surf sounds that Ghoul later had. But next up is some NSBM. I know someone commented that they wanted to see some. I don't really give a shit about the people's political beliefs. I mean, you're allowed to believe whatever. I don't agree with them, but I don't really let that get in the way of my listening. I need more from them. This is Goatman with What Once Was Shall Be Again. This was some really good shit. As far as I know, this was NSBM. If you don't like the fact that I'm showing NSBM, either skip or just don't fucking watch. Because I don't need flack for showing something that I like. Next up, I need more from this band because I actually really like them. This is Goatwhore with Angels Hung from the Arches of Heaven. I love Goatwhore. I'm pissed that I missed them in Ann Arbor at Blind Pig, but what can you do? I mean, great blackened death thrash, black metal. Next up is something that I bought because I thought it was funny and it was really cheap, and it's actually signed. This is God Dethroned with the Toxic Touch. Signed. I bought this at a record store somewhere. It was like $5.66. Which yeah. Next up, some brutal death metal. This is Gomagot with Parasitic Incineration. I need to get their full length. I think Anthropophagy in the Womb. I don't even know how to fucking say that. That second track right there. Yeah, that second track. Probably my favorite. But really good, just short. EP. Next up, I got this through the Metalhead box. This is one of the many splits that they've sent. This is the Gorguts Disincarnate. Demo split or whatever. I don't know if it's a demo split or what. I think it's a demo split. It seems like all of them were demos. Next up is another one from the Metalhead box. This is Grail with Agitation. It's alright. I mean, I don't really listen to it a whole lot. You'll notice that I'm missing a lot of bands I either like or just haven't gone around. This one came out last year. I need to get more from them because this was fucking amazing. This is Gravehuffer with Depart from So Much Evil. Just filthy, grimy death metal. Really good stuff. Next up is some black thrash, sort of black and crust at points. This is Grave Ripper with their album Seasons Dreaming Death. I really like this album. I did like what I heard from their part on the split with Wraith, Black Knife, and why the fuck can I not think of the other one? Unholy Night, Fashion Fucking Devil. This album or this split. This is probably one of my favorite splits like ever now. I mean, it has such a cool fucking art too. Next up is a band that I've reviewed, and they were really, really nice. They were not only willing to send me not one but two posters, a t-shirt, 4 copies of this, and a bunch of fucking stickers. But dude, I don't know if you're still watching this channel. I don't know what's going on. I haven't been able to DM you guys or tag you. This is Gravevoid with Fetid Corpse. Yeah, was what I was worried about. So, here's the disc. And it just has a little sleeve, which I'm not thrilled about, but I know they said that they weren't planning on getting as big as they did. I actually gave my friend a copy of this, and I actually really liked it. This is like brutal death metal, which is sort of what he's into. He's into just like not as into deathcore as like I am. Next up, some like spacey thrash, if I remember correctly. I haven't really spun this. This is Gross Reality with Escaping Gravity. I got this in the Metalhead box years and years ago, like way before I was doing YouTube, and I don't know, it's not something that really stuck with me, but like, next up, everyone should know this album, Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. I shouldn't really have to say much on that. Next up, some brutal death slam from Gorehouse. This is Guttural Corpora Cavernosa with You Should Have Died When I Killed You. I mean, you know that this is just straightforward brutal death slam sort of stuff, especially when it's coming from a Gorehouse. I mean, the song "See You in Disneyland," that fucking title always made me laugh. Lastly, for G's, and I need to get more from them because this is another one of my favorite bands. I know this is like Killbot and Gorgorotak's favorite fucking band ever. This is Gwar with The Blood of Gods. Song El Presidente is probably my favorite on here. But Hail Odorous, because this was the album that did not have Odorous, I believe. I know Dave Brockie died. I don't know if that was his stage name. I've just started getting into Gwar like in the last few months, and yeah. I shouldn't say the last few months. Like, I started getting into them last year, but I didn't really know much. I'm still learning, so I know Phantom Limb was the tribute song to Dave. Next up, another favorite band of mine. I know this was also in like Killbot's like honorable mentions for favorites. This is Hemorrhage with my favorite album from them, Groom. Everyone should know this. This is catchy gore grind from Spain, and I mean, I like gore grind, don't get me wrong, but Hemorrhage is just like one of those bands that I feel like is really fun. I mean, look at that. Look at Dr. Obnoxious just chopping people up. In Nephritic Blue and Rectal Vaginal Fistula are my favorite tracks on here. But I mean, you got like so many fucking songs on there. Next up, some more death metal. This is Ohio death metal. This is Hanging Fortress with Suspended in Torment. Really good shit. Got that in the Metalhead box. Next up, this was the first black metal album I ever owned, and this was like the first one that really like stuck with me because I'd heard of like Mayhem and whatnot, and sure I liked it, but I wasn't like thrilled with it. I mean, I had the Death Crush EP, but since it's an EP, not an album, I don't count it as my first black metal album. This is Happy Days with Happiness Stops Here. DSBM, baby. I can't really get into it now, but I kind of hold on to it just for the sake of nostalgia because I was listening to this back during COVID, during my first relationship, and I don't know, it was one of those, I think it actually kind of helped during the depressing times, but at the same time, like, it made me feel worse, because, well, the SBM. Next up, another one I got through the Metalhead box. This is, like, speed metal. This is Hard Rocker, with Ride of the Night. I don't really listen to this. But when I do, it's pretty good. It's like thrashy speed metal sort of stuff. And the last three are all from the same band, so if you don't like them, just turn it off now. This is Hatebreed with Supremacy. Really good album. Lots of memories with high school with this one. Actually, pretty much this one, next one. Third one I didn't really listen to in high school, but I do remember listening to it. This is Hatebreed with the Concrete Confessional. AD, Looking Down the Barrel of Today, Seven Enemies, From Grace We've Fallen, Slaughtered in Their Dreams, Walking the Knife, Dissonance, Serve Your Masters. Serve Your Masters was like the first Hatebreed song I ever heard. I need to spin this again. I mean, I've been kind of in a slump where it's like, I don't know if I want to keep it or not, but like, I probably will just for nostalgia. And then finally, their latest offering, this is Hatebreed with Weight of the False Self, which this was the backdrop when I first saw them opening for Megadeth and Lamb of God in 21 on the Metal Tour of the Year. And that's actually kind of how I got into them. Because I didn't really like them until I saw them live. And my dad even likes them. I actually have a shirt from when I saw them opening for Anthrax. And I actually got a guitar pick as well. Favorite songs, Instinctive, Slaughterlust, Set It Right, Start With Yourself, Cling to Life, A Stroke of Red, Dig Your Way Out, Invoking Dominance, Wings of the Vulture, This I Learned. So yeah, more high school memories for you guys to know about me. That's gonna do it for today. That was the end of that section. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, keep it grim.